everyone, it's your host, Miss K, and welcome to Read Out Loud Fridays. And I have two beautiful ladies with me today. We have Miss Danielle White and Miss Desi Shepherd. So, welcome.
Hello.
I wanted to start off Read Out Loud Fridays because I wanted to drive children's passion for reading. And this is why I reached out to fellow authors because I'm pretty sure they want to do the same.
Mhm.
So that's my reason for starting out Read Out Loud Fridays. I'm going to read a little bit about Miss Desi Shepherd. She'll be our first author. She's a beautiful lady on the bottom screen. All right. Miss Desi Shepherd fell in love with words and the magic they weaved at a very young age. As the eldest of four children, Desi often hid in her bedroom closet and got lost in her books. Years later, after a simple conversation with a friend regarding anchoring oneself, Desi has inspired to pursue her dreams and write her debut children's book, Cassie and the Mixed Up Numbers. The inspiration behind Cassie's story came from a desire to give children who have learning disabilities confidence. Desi is a native New Yorker who received her Bachelor's of Arts in Psychology from York College in Queens, New York. So I will turn it over to Miss Lovely Desi Shepherd.
Thank you for allowing me to share Cassidy's story today. So, this is my book, Cassidy and the Mixed Up Numbers. I hope you enjoy it. Oh, Mommy woke me up early for my first day at school. She put a pretty pink bow in my hair and made me a bowl of oatmeal with fresh strawberries. After I ate, Mommy buckled me into the car seat and off we went to my new school. We arrived. We got out of the car and headed inside the school. I skipped up the stairs. We walked down a long hall and finally we stopped at the room that said, Miss Cherry. I squeezed Mommy's hand. All of a sudden, my stomach was queasy. Maybe I'm not that excited anymore, Mommy. I don't think I want to stay here, I said. Mommy looked at me with confusion. Why not, sweetheart? You were so excited this morning. I stared down at my sneakers. I'm nervous about remembering my numbers, I said. Don't worry, Cassidy. You'll do great. Mommy smiled at me reassuringly. At that moment, Miss Cherry appeared at the door with a big smile that showed all of her teeth. She told Mommy she would take good care of me today and not to worry. Have a good day, Cassidy. Focus and work hard. Mommy waved goodbye. Class, we have a new student today. Her name is Cassidy. Let's welcome her to the class. Everyone, said Miss Cherry. The students all yelled, Hi, Cassidy. Find the desk with your name on it and have a seat, Miss Cherry told me. Mommy taught me how to spell my name this summer, so I knew just which desk to sit at. Late that afternoon, the class took turns counting to 10. Finally, the teacher said, Cassidy, it's your turn. I began counting in the quietest voice. 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, 10. The children started to giggle. Class, we do not laugh at our friends. That's not nice, said Miss Cherry. The teacher turned back to me and said, Give it another try, dear. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 10. From the looks on the students' faces, I knew I said it wrong again. It's okay, sweetheart. It was a good try for your first time. The school bell rang and I rushed out the door and down the front steps. I was happy to see Mommy waiting outside for me. How was school today? Oh, Mommy, I mixed all the numbers up. I cried. Now everyone knows I can't do it. Honey, it's okay. We will practice at home tonight and you can try again tomorrow. What else happened today in class, Mommy asked. We have show and tell on Friday. Everyone has to bring something, I said. Well, you have a few days to think of what to bring, she said. The next day at school, I was so nervous about math class. Okay, class, raise your hand if you think 7 is more than 9. I raised my hand, but then I noticed nobody else had their hand up. I quickly put my hand down. The teacher said, raise your hand if you think the number 9 is more than 7. Everyone raised their hand except me. I was so confused. I sunk down in my seat and hoped nobody noticed. I have no idea what the answer is, I thought to myself. When Mommy picked me up from school that afternoon, my eyes were full of tears. Mommy, I got everything wrong again today in math, I cried. I don't want to go back. Cassidy, there will be no screaming. Please use your words. Mommy, I am frustrated because I keep mixing the numbers up. That's better. It's okay if you get it wrong. We just need to keep practicing at home. Sometimes children with dyscalculia have trouble with numbers. Suddenly, I had an idea. Mommy, can I take my color balls to school tomorrow for show and tell? Of course you can. We'll put them in your bag tonight. The next day during show and tell, I was so excited for my turn. I walked to the front of the class, placed my items on the desk, and handed a piece of paper to Miss Cherry so she could write a word on the board. I pointed to the word on the chalkboard. I have dyscalculia, I announced. Sometimes people with dyscalculia have trouble learning numbers. I am going to show you what I do at home to help me learn my numbers. The colors of the balls help me to focus when I count. I reached into the bowl and pulled out all the blue balls and began to count. 1, 2, 3. Next, I reached and took out all the yellow balls. 4, 5, 6. Then the green balls. 7, 8, 9. And all that was left in the bowl was one pretty pink ball, just like the bow in my hair. I picked it up and shouted, 10. The whole class started clapping. I learned differently, and that's okay, I smiled brightly, proud to be me. The end. Hi.
All right, ladies. So that was a beautiful story. Do you have any additional tips for the kids, Miss Desi Shepherd?
I find that using math manipulatives help, like counting blocks and things like that.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. So we're going to turn it over to Miss Danielle White. I'm going to be reading her short story bio. Miss Danielle White is a short story author, event planner, and mother of 2 beautiful daughters. She published her first book, Summertime with My Best Friend, in May 2020, which is available on Amazon. It is a memorial to her late grandmother, Marilyn White. Danielle is also the founder of Style and GRACE, or Style and Grace, an event planning and management company in Washington, D.C., the metropolitan area. Learn more about Danielle White by visiting her website, daniellewhite.com, and follow her on social media, Instagram, Danny_the author. So I will turn it over to you, my dear.
All righty. Well, thank you. Thanks again for allowing me to share my book with you this evening. I wrote this book, as you said, in honor of my late grandmother, Marilyn White. She was a great influence in my life and eventually even greater influence in my 2 daughters' lives, Soraya and Justice. And the purpose for this book was not only just to honor her, but to influence healthy and positive relationships within the family by sharing some of our most memorable moments with her. So I hope you enjoy my story. Again, it's Summertime with My Best Friend. Woohoo! It's my favorite time of year, summertime. And do you know what that means? I'm going to my grandmother's house. Because while others are glad to just be out of school, I'm twice as glad to spend time with her. It's a tradition of ours that started when I was a baby. She allows me to just be a kid and have fun. She's also a great person for me to look up to. She calls me her little Danny Pie, and to me, she's the best grandmother in the world. Rules, there are no rules at grandmother's house. We stay up late, eat snacks, play games, and laugh ourselves to sleep. I get to play in her clothes, try on her jewelry, and don't tell my parents, but she even lets me drink soda when it gets really late. She's not just my grandmother, she's my best friend. When I call my grandmother, she can hear me smiling through the phone. Grandmother, grandmother, are you home? I ask excitedly. My Danny Pie. Yes, I am. Are you coming today? I said, I am. We're on the way. On the way to grandmother's house, I think about all the new things I can tell her about school and what movies we can play. And before too long, we're turning onto Winterberry Lane. Getting out of the car, I hear my grandmother's voice coming from the window. She was waiting for us to get here. Is that my Danny Pie I see? She asks with a big smile on her face. Grandmother, yes, it's me. I laugh as she drops down her house key. Running through the door, up the stairs, I see her standing in the kitchen. We share the tightest hug, and she gives me the biggest kiss on my cheek. Grandmother, I miss you so much. I'm so happy to see you. Oh, my Danny Pie, you're getting so big. I miss you too. As my grandmother and parents talk, I unpack my toys to get settled in. She has a den full of things that we can do together. There's a big TV for movies, a chalkboard for playing school, a riding pony, and Barbies everywhere. It mostly stays the same from my last visit, but she always surprises me with new toys. After kissing my parents goodbye, I look up to my grandmother and ask, so what are we doing today? It was getting a little late, so she said, how about you help me with dinner and we watch a movie for the night? Sounds good to me. What are we making? She looks at me, smiles, and together we yell, pizza! Putting on our aprons, I grab the pepperoni and cheese from the refrigerator. She picks out everything else. After spreading the dough, we add the toppings and grandmother puts it in the oven. Then we laugh together on the couch, eating pizza and watching a movie. This is a great start for our summertime together. In the morning, grandmother wakes me with the sweet smell of her famous bowl of oatmeal. Not one, but 3. Child, your stomach is gonna pop. Where do you put all this food? She giggles. I don't know, grandmother. It's just so good. I can't stop. In the afternoon, as she watches TV, I decide to put on a fashion show. I go to her closet, pull down her clothes, and model outfits one by one. She narrates and describes my outfits as I walk confidently across the floor in her heels. Here, she stated, we have Danielle covered in the finest cotton t-shirts, leopard pants, red heels, and black church hat. Isn't she lovely? Said grandmother as I return to the closet and take my bow. Now that the fashion show is over, we move on to do something else. How about we color and you can tell me about school and your new friends, said grandmother. Okay, I said as I hurried to find the perfect books. While coloring, I also tell her about the new dances I've learned. She asks me to show her some moves and even tries to do them herself. Watching her dance is so funny because she never gets it right, but I sure do love to see her try. Besides going to school to make new friends, she also encourages me to do well in class and to be a good example. She's really good at math, which is my least favorite, still is. But with her help, I'm learning to like it even more. Shortly after, we hear a knock at the door, and it's my friends. I don't see them often during the school year, so in the summer, we get to play outside all day. There's a playground across the street from my grandmother's house. Sometimes she didn't come outside with me, but I could always look back to the kitchen window and see her standing right there. Once the street lights started to come on, I knew it was time to go in the house. My grandmother would prepare a hot bath with many bubbles and toys to keep me company. She would sing my favorite lullaby and rub my head until I fall asleep. Throughout the weeks, she allows me to choose between going to the beach and going to the pool. We both were like little fish that stayed in the water until our fingers and toes looked like prunes. She taught me how to swim on my back, which was scary. However, I always wanted to learn after seeing her do it many times before. Showing her all of my tricks for jumping in the pool, she will always be so excited to see them as if it were her first time. Look at me, grandmother. Watch this. Yeah, that's my Danny Pie. Back and forth, I would jump tirelessly. 4 weeks of summer were going by so quickly, and it was almost time for me to go back home. The night before I would leave, we would make my favorite pineapple pound cake. In the morning, we ate a slice with a cold glass of milk for breakfast. It was absolutely delicious. When my parents got here to pick me up, I was happy to see them, but sad that it was time for me to go. We had another great summer full of good memories that will last forever. Not many people get the chance to have a best friend. I'm lucky to have my grandmother, my best friend. The end. Thank you again for having me tonight. All the copies from the book are available on Amazon. And also be sure to like and share and follow me on IG at Danny_the author. Also, get details on my upcoming events from DanielleRWhite.com.
All right, perfect. Do you want to add your Instagram and Facebook?
Yes, you can follow me on Desi Writes on Instagram as well as Facebook. And my book is available on Amazon.
I am so pleased to have both of you on here. But before we go, I had mentioned before that I had a prize for everyone. Last time we had some technical difficulties. So it's a button and a bookmark and a card. I hope you guys can see it. There's the bookmark. I apologize. And so whoever can respond of who was the author to this bookmark, because this is a cover of the book from September 18th, the first reading, will win the bookmark for the kids. So,
oh my God. Do you know?
I don't know.
So you guys have until probably like 5 minutes after we go off live to tell me, and then whoever responds is the lucky winner of this beautiful and lovely bookmark and button. The button says Bookie Bestie. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's really cute. The bookmark is this one. So those avid, lovely readers can have it too. It's awkward angling with this camera. I'm grateful for you guys coming on. And like I said, you guys are from New York and Washington. So it's a pleasure to have people across the nation bringing good joy to the kids. And I hope that everybody enjoyed the reading. And that's about it. Just tune in for the next Read Out Loud Fridays. I will mention it later. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Stay tuned.
See you later.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Again, 5 minutes, and then I'll give you the winner.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye.